So it's kind of a gloomy day today. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna haul some gravel later for the neighbor. We got some tractors to repair. But I gotta get that squeeze chute off my truck. So I didn't want to just unload it and put it somewheres and then have to move it again. So I'm gonna move it right in. So this is the reason we got a new squeeze chute is because for working calves, we can narrow this up. And this one I built is just a head gate. And I built the frame, which it works fine, and it actually is pretty nice. I got plywood on it because we use it kind of as a calf warming box, but when we're working cattle, we take the plywood off. You know, and I got an access door, I can reach in and give shots. And cattle actually work better through a chute that's enclosed versus being all open like a gate like that. And then this was our scale, so we put the cattle in here in a pen, and then we push them through the scale. We'd weigh them, and then we'd push them put them into the chute, which would then give them their vaccinations and shots and ear tags. But with the new squeeze chute, we can narrow this up. And the calves, when they'd get in here, they'd like to try to turn around because this was kind of too wide, because it's not adjustable. It's kind of set for cows. So with the new one, we'll be able to narrow it up. And then we got a set of scales that go underneath the squeeze chute. So before we'd put them on here, get a weight, and they'd want to back up and go off. So it was kind of cumbersome to get the weight. And then they go onto there. And it was just a little more fiddling around and farting around with the calves. So with the scales underneath this new chute, it'll just be one less step. They'll just go on, they'll get weighed, they'll get tagged and vaccinated, and then they'll go off. And maybe a little less traumatic for them. So I don't like to use the word traumatic, but just a little less disruption for them. So we had this door here, we had a door here, and some boards here, and it was kind of a thrown together thing, but in the door here, because we had to keep them from jumping off. And then we also lost a pen, so the new chute's going to sit there. We'll be able to gain another pen right here. And they have a sweep system that went with that chute. Bought this chute from the feed store over in North Haverhill, and they bought it in for a guy, and the guy backed out on it. And so I was able to work a deal on the squeeze chute, but I couldn't work a deal on the what they call a sweep system. So I'll try to work on them a little bit more and try to get that, because then we could set sweep system's pretty nice because it's kind of a rotation, and cows like to work, animals like to work in circles. That's kind of the way they see. That's kind of how they like to go. They like to circle. So straight lines don't work for them, and corners don't work for them. So this sweep system we could set up right here, and we could sweep the cattle into the squeeze chute. So anyways, that's what we're working on today. I'll give you an update of what it looks like when we're done.